p.m. We are in the Early Child Center in Palisades Park. This is a regular business meeting in April 2025. Everyone please stand up for flag salute. Flag salute will be led by Mr. Nick.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Kondowski, please roll call.
Sue Chung,
Present.
Mr. William Kim, Mr. Anthony Kim, Ms. Rebecca Lee, Ms. Suk-Young Park,
Yes.
Ms. Bo Young Yu,
Here.
Mr. Aaron Pack, Mr. Jun Yim, Mr. Sergio Kaye,
here.
Dr. Cirillo, Bush Law Group,
Here.
Tyler Jung.
Here.
Thank you. Your form.
Thank you. In compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act, I hereby state that notice of this regular meeting has been provided to the public by a written notice dated March 7, 2025. The meeting notice has been emailed to all staff members at the District 3 school locations, communicated to the record, and filed with the Board of Clerks of Palisades Park. Now, we are opening to the 2025-2026 budget hearing. We have a motion to open the budget hearing session. Any second?
Second.
Mr. William Kim was faster, so. Alright, so, the budget hearing will be presented by our business administrator, Mr. Alex Kondowski.
When Dr. Cirillo is here and does the budget hearings, there's 3 people. All right, see how this goes. Good evening, everyone. I'm here to present the budget for 25-26 school year for Palisades Park School District. We're here to adopt the final budget for the 25-26 school district. On March 18th, the tentative budget was approved by the Board of Education. On April 2nd, it was approved by the Executive County Superintendent of Schools in Bergen County. And the budget was advertised in the record on April 13th. Some challenges in budget planning. Districts across New Jersey have seen a rise in health benefit costs over the past few years. With the help of our health benefit consultants, Brown & Brown, we project an 18% increase from the 23-24 school year. We have a maximum 2% tax levy. The district is bound to a 2% tax levy with some exceptions, those being the healthcare adjustment and enrollment adjustment, which the district took advantage of. We'll speak on a little later. Salary increases, ongoing contract negotiations. Guess that's why everyone's here. Last year, June 30th, the contracts expired for the PPEA, the administrators and the supervisors. Since the salaries make up about 50% of the budget, it was difficult to budget for something that's unknown. We also have high systemic inflation, 2.9%. That was consumer price index for the calendar year of 2024. Because when services go up, our budget shrinks. Curriculum revisions for the upcoming adoption of the new standards in ELA and math. ELA is English Language Arts. As new standards are underway for ELA and math, the district has changed programs to align to these new standards. We are piloting programs in our schools and hoping to do a full launch in the upcoming school year. Continued high costs of special ed and out-of-district student district placements. So as we have our preschool program, we can identify the students that need special services earlier, which increases our out-of-district placements, as well as we have transfers from other surrounding districts that come in to use our special ed programs. Advancements of bilingual programs to address our community needs. Our community is ever changing. We have a large multilingual population from South American countries. So we're using a program called CKLA, which is a new curriculum, and also pushing out phonics in order to accommodate these students. Maintaining and improving our facilities, doors, locks, and replacements. Especially at the high school, we want to change the locks maybe this summer. Instead of the traditional key fob to more of an electronic badge lock. This will increase our security. '25-26 budget tax levy. Our general budget is $32.17 million. That's 85% of our total budget of the $37.9 million. The general budget consists mainly of the local tax levy of the 27.2 that you see on the right. Also, state aid is in that $32 million number, which is actually decreased with the new formula from the New Jersey Department of Education. It went down by, our state aid has decreased by 3% in the 25-26 school year. For the general, for the local tax levy, the 27.2 million, we increased it from last year by 3.2%. The reason being is we took advantage of the healthcare adjustment, $227,000, as well as an enrollment adjustment of $88,000, which gives us a total of an extra $315,000 that we can include in our budget. Here you'll see the tentative budget revenues. The large amount is 71.7% is made up of our local tax levy, 27 million. The second largest will be the special revenue fund. Special revenue consists of our federal grants, title grants, IDEA, and also preschool education aid. And the third largest is our state aid, which, as I mentioned, decreased by 3% from prior year. Regarding our general fund expenditures, as you can see, 55% goes to salaries and stipends. 72.7% of the total general budget is salaries and benefits. The rest are split pretty evenly with occupational physical therapy related services for out-of-district students and in-district. Also our special ed and regular tuition, and our transportation for those students. Here is a calculation of how the taxes will increase. So the general fund tax levy for current year 24-25, 26.3 million. Our increase of 3.2% is the 27.2 million. Total assessed valuations, which I took from the tax assessor from the municipality. It went from 3.9 billion to 4.1 billion. You do a calculation there, you get 0.67% for the current year and 0.66% for next year. If your house is assessed at $761,000 in the current year, you paid your portion of the tax that goes to the schools was $5,137. So I also received this from the tax assessor. The average residential price of a home assessed is $806,000 for the upcoming school year, which you'll see the general fund tax is now $5,342 and change. Difference being $205 increase in your tax to fund the school district. It's not your total tax, it's just a portion to fund the district. This is is directly from the New Jersey Department of Education. They do a calculation on their end showing the adequacy budget, what Palisades Park should be receiving. That's that bottom right number, $43,355,000. So we're under adequacy by some amount. Any questions? Yep.
Were there any clauses given for an 18% increase on insurance claims and things like that? That's a pretty large increase considering most of the time we're looking at probably about a 10% increase.
Yeah, so most districts work with Brown & Brown, those are our consultants, and based on their calculation and projections, they told us it's safe to budget 18%. It might be a little lower.
Oh, okay, so you're not positive it's 18%.
No, it's not
I was gonna say
exactly
that's
18%.
a sizable increase considering I'm not
It
aware
might
of
be
any claims.
13, 14%, but we always wanna have a little bit of buffer.
You said the 5,000 household education.
If your home is assessed at 806, if your home is assessed at $806,000, and last year it was assessed at that $761,000, it would increase by that amount. If
And
you're,
how many households are in Palisades?
the tax assessor gave me these numbers. I'm not sure.
Where can we find this information? Are you gonna post it on the
It'll
website?
be on the website,
Not in minutes, in the website.
on the website, right?
Thank you.
Alex, excuse me, just to be clear, this is the public hearing on the budget, that portion of the meeting. So if anyone has questions or a comment to make about the budget, this is what we're doing now.
People, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kondowski, for the budget presentation, budget hearing presentation. Now the board will move on to work session to review and discuss all the agendas and resolution. The door is locked, that door. It should be open. Okay, let's just start with the board minutes. I have some comments will be for me. Is there any other board members who want like to request any corrections or any discussions? For the minute of March 18, 2025, that was a regular meeting. There's 2 minutes, there's 1 regular session minutes and then 1 executive meeting minutes. If not, I have comments on the meeting minutes, the regular minutes for the public participation part of myself. So that part, I think I can go over and review with Mr. Alex Kondowski. It's not a big issue, it's just so little bit different from what I said. You can just make a correction based upon the recording. And for the executive session meeting minutes, I like to suggest that we discuss in closed session. We have other agendas in closed session at the end of the meeting, but we can add that too on, because I have a few things that we have to review thoroughly again with the other board members who participated in our March meeting. Is there any other discussion?
Hello? I'm sorry, I couldn't understand what you were saying. Were you asking if there was any questions on the March meeting?
She was asking the board members.
Board
Oh, the board members, okay.
For the public, we'll have a public participation session later, not now. Thank you. My apologies that this room is not designed for the public meeting, so we don't have microphone here. So if anyone in the back cannot hear us, you can ask us to raise your voice. We'll try our best to reach out to you. If you don't have any discussion for the meeting minutes, our next business will be building and grounds. We have many requests. Mr. Aaron Bob, which one? Yeah, we will table, but,
During regular session.
right, in the regular session. Thank you. Chairperson, Mr. Aaron Bob, can you address, could you read the agendas and resolutions in building and grounds?
Okay, so number one, so we have 7 items on this. So the first one is the Ask School rental by the Presbyterian Church. Be it resolved that the Palisades Park Board of Education, upon the recommendation of the superintendent, approves the use of the Palisades Park Junior High School by the Presbyterian Church of New Jersey. Ask School from July 7th to August 8th, 2025, from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Fee of $20,000. Oh, okay. So, second item on the list is the Junior Police Academy, the PPPD. All right, Palisades Park Police Department. Thank you. Garden State Kendo, New Jersey Korean Basketball Association, Traditional Art Society of Korea, Cultural Competition, Public Health Event, Health Screening Fair. That sounds like what's up. Shredding events, Palisades Park Recycling Department. Any questions?
I do. Mr. Kudowski, this Asker School, I think we're having this school every summer, but do you recall this fee is the same as last year? And it's from Monday to Friday. So I'm trying to pull up my folder and I can't. Was it $20,000? Do you recall?
I believe it was 20,000.
Was it the same? Monday to Friday. The last year, I think we had Monday off.
I don't actually have any questions right now.
Okay.
So, I'm seeing over here that, there are some entities that are actually paying, but some are not paying, so what's going on with that one? Like, why,
You can ask
Why
the
is
police
some-
officer over there if he wants to pay.
would you like to get?
No, please. This is to
It's up to
our
the board.
administrators, and then, okay, so this similar to that, so, Mr. Condos, does the board has a standard guideline for the 1 day rental fee for school facilities?
Well, we like to accommodate the community, so that's why
Right,
Palisades
so
Park
you-
Recycling Department, the police department, it's up to the board if they wanna charge them.
Yeah, I don't think we never charge the police department the recreation center, but what about the private entity?
I don't believe so. I'm not sure which one. you're
I
referring
think
to.
Garden State Candle number 3, I think we collected $500 for rent last year.
It's on there.
But this says deposit, does that mean the rental fee?
Yes, that's
Can
the
you
rental.
clarify it?
That's not, you know.
The
refundable.
deposit is not deposit, just,
That's not refundable.
it's not refundable.
Oh,
And the $250 for security deposit is just for, it applies to all the vendors here. All the requesters here,
I'm not sure.
separate from this.
I'm not sure where you're seeing the $250.
That's our policy, so.
Okay. I'll charge you.
So the same as this, number 4, also that deposit $500 is for rent
Yes, correct.
place. Do we have more questions? Discussions? did you collect all the insurance, letters and applications? I
Number five
checked it
did not
out.
provide any paperwork.
So board members, what do you think? Do we, if there's enough time to approve next month, would you like update up any organization that hasn't submitted any required documents? Or, I mean,
I think we can approve pending
pending, okay.
appropriate paperwork this week.
Okay. Any other opinions, discussions? If not, let's move on to next business. County School Board Rep and alternate Mr. Anthony Kim is not here today and there's no agenda either. So, education, Ms. Sujan Park, would you read the agendas?
Yes. We have two resolutions to be approved today. And first, the fall field trips. And second, calendar 2025 to 2026 school year. With all staying.
Okay, so the calendar is at the end of our resolution and agenda, so you must have reviewed it. Do you have any questions in discussion? Then, next, finance, chairperson is Bo Young Yu.
Number one, food service vouchers from petroleum and J-Ho repairs. Number two, secretary and treasurer's financial reports. Be it resolved that the Palisades Park School District Board of Education, upon the recommendation of the superintendent, accepts the secretary's and treasurer's unaudited 2024-2025 financial reports, which are in agreement reflecting the district's financial activities for the period March 2025. Three, ratification of board secretary's monthly certification, budgetary line item status. Be it resolved pursuant to NJAC 6A:23-211C. The board secretary certifies that as of March 2025, no line item account has encumbrances and expenditures which in total exceed the line item appropriations in violation of NJAC 6A:23-211A. Be it further resolved pursuant to NJAC 6A:23-2-11C4 that the Palisades Park School District Board of Education certifies that as of March 2025, after review of the board secretary and treasurer's monthly financial report, in the minutes of the board each month, that no major account or fund has been overexpended in violation of NJAC 6A:23-2.11B. Four, approval of payroll, 3/20/2025, 4/11/2025. Be it resolved that the Palisades Park Board of Education, upon the recommendation of the superintendent, approves the following payroll amounts: $970,247.9, $896,684.12. Approval of the bill list, April. Be it resolved that the Palisades Park Board of Education, upon the recommendation of the superintendent, approves the March 2025 bill list in the amount of $1,914,471.56. Number six, transfers. Resolved, the Palisades Park Board of Education, upon the recommendation of the superintendent, approves transfers for the month of March 2025. Number seven, student activity account. Be it resolved that the Palisades Park Board of Education, upon the recommendation of the superintendent, accepts the financial reports for the high school and River School activities account for the month ending March 31st, 2025. On file with the BOE office. 8, staff member visitations and workshops. Be it resolved that Palisades Park Board of Education, upon the recommendation of the superintendent, approves the following requests for professional visitations and workshops. And for Vera Shamaka and Joanna Howard. Number 9, Systems 3000, software license agreement renewal. Be it resolved that the Palisades Park Board of Education, upon recommendation of the superintendent, approves the renewal of the software license agreement with Systems 3000 Inc., Uniontown, New Jersey, for the period of July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026, at a cost of $27,360. System 3000 is a provider of integrated accounting, payroll, and personnel software apps for New Jersey schools.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Number 10, Jewish
At the
Family
risk
Services
of
Agreement.
disrupting this.
Resolved.
Oh, please, yeah, please
Would you
don't
mind
disrupt.
if everyone
Please.
on that side of the room can shout as loudly as they can? Because I don't know if I should be speaking for everyone. I don't know what you're saying over there. And I would like to be able to participate in this. So if, the way I'm shouting, if you guys can try to do the same for the duration of this meeting, I think everyone in this room would really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I promise you, you
Thank
probably
you.
won't be too loud. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm allergic, so I don't know how they can speak, but I will.
Also, you can use this higher as well too. You don't need to all-
Okay. Number 10, Jewish Family Services Agreement. Number 11, Bloodborne Pathogens Compliance Program, BCDHS Agreement. Number 12, Rivalry Sports Medicine Agreement, 2025 to 2026. SY. Okay. Number 13, Final Budget Resolution. Number 14, Travel and Related Expense Reimbursement, 2025 to 2026.
Bless you. Thank you, Ms. Bo. The board members, do you have any questions? Any agendas discussed? Since our agenda's resolution has shared with board members in very last minute, so the finance committee, we had a meeting, committee meeting, but I don't think we went through the bill list. So, I have some questions on bill. Mr. Condos, do you have a bill list? I have some questions.
Do not, sorry.
Don't. All right, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 questions, but.
You can email me.
Okay, I will email you, but how I can approve? All right. Do you have any questions? Other discussions? Next, negotiations. Chairperson, Mr. William King.
Thank you. It's just a brief statement. The board is working diligently to reach a fair and timely settlement across all open contracts. We currently have 4 negotiations underway, with 2 in advanced stages. Our goal is to finalize agreements as soon as possible while supporting our team members and students and upholding fiscal responsibility to the taxpayers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. William Kim. Next, the New Jersey School Board Liaison alternate, Mr. Anthony Kim. He's out of the country now. He will join us next month. So next. Next, the board business will be personnel. Mr. Chun Min.
Yep, so there are 7 agendas. 1, middle school dance coach. We resolved that Palisades Park Board of Education recommends Rachel Mediz, middle school dance coach. Number 2, request for leave. staff number 4154 and 4596, be resolved that on the request recommendation of the superintendent, approves the following. Home instruction teachers, be resolved that Elizabeth Palisades Park Board of Education, upon the recommendation of the superintendent, approves Elizabeth Perino and Sierra Rosa and Michelle Rengifo. Resignate number 4, resignation of staff. Be resolved the Palisades Park Board of Education, upon recommendation, with regret, the following resignation: kindergarten teacher Ji Yoon Chung and pre-K teacher Theodore Mizuna. Number 5, salary adjustments. Brandon Carlock. Be resolved that Palisades Park, upon the recommendation of superintendent, approves the adjustments. Number 6, non-renewal of staff. Be resolved that Palisades Park Board of Ed, upon the recommendation of the superintendent, approves the non-renewal of the following personnel: Leslie and Kenny. Number 7, appointment of staff. Be resolved that Palisades Park Board of Ed approves the appointment of the following personnel for 25 school year: Jonathan Simon, Lee Wellington Malala. Questions?
Thank you, Mr. Lin. Any discussion in personnel? If not, next is policy. Ms. Boyoung.
Number 1, bylaw number 9121, election and duties of presidents, second reading.
Thank you. Do you have any questions, discussions?
Gonna ask, do we have currently a middle school dance coach on the contract defined?
So you're asking question in
For
personnel,
personnel,
right,
yeah.
okay.
What's the question?
Is there a middle school dance coach that's currently on the site?
Alex, Mr. Doss, would you answer the question?
I believe it's Rachel Marchese. It's the middle school dance coach currently.
I'm asking if it's on the guide.
I have to check. It is? I'm sure someone knows here.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Do you have any questions in policy? If not, next, school safety and security committee, Ms. Rebecca Lee is not present.
I'm here.
Here? I'm sorry, I didn't see it, thank you, sorry. But there, do you have a report? I didn't see it.
No, there's no report.
Thank you. Next, unfinished business, I just wanna announce or notify you that school district employees' contracts are on our website as we approved, the board approved a few months ago. Some are not, but that will be updated. So if you're interested in the current contract, it's on the website. And hopefully new contracts will be replacing soon. And may I have a motion to close the work session and move on to regular session? All in favor? No objection? So in regular session, we will start with the board president to report. And I'm going to read a very short statement. This statement is to resolve any misunderstanding between the board and the Education Association. The statement I read on April 11th was to refute false media reports and misleading information spread by the PPEA leadership about the Board of Education, in the belief that the public deserves and has the right to truthful and accurate information, especially if it's about the governing body that constitutes public education. The board acknowledges and values the important work our teachers do daily work to educate and support our students. Thank you. Next, student rep, Mr. Tyler Jung, did you bring any reports for us today?
Yes.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. So I just wanted to briefly discuss some events in the Palisades Park Junior Senior High School. Last month we had a Korean class 1 and 2 field trip to Korean Cultural Center in New York, and it was a good experience for students and teachers to learn more about the Korean culture. We also had some fundraisers too, including the National Honor Society dessert buffet, Class of 2027 tie-dye party, and AP Psychology bake sale. We also had a Marking Period 3 Principals Breakfast, honoring students who received straight A's. We also had Bring Your Child to Work Day, and it was good seeing the teachers being involved with, the teachers' kids being involved with other Pal Park students. Today we also had an AP student presentation in the auditorium where the vice principal, Ms. Baez, and the principal, Mr. Garcia, informed the students about the AP exams. And coming up next month, we have the NJSLA Science for 8th and 11th graders and Honor Society's induction ceremony tomorrow. May 4th to 16th is filled with AP exams for students. May 19th through 22 is NJSLA ELA testing and math for 7th, 8th, and 9th graders. And the 29th of May is PPHS spring concert. That's it.
Thank you very much. Next report to the superintendent. Unfortunately, Dr. Cirillo is not present here. He has some medical issue. We hope he feel better soon. But Mr. Kondowski, would you please address some message from Dr. Cirillo today?
I think I can play superintendent. Graduation dates for the Pal Park High School are June 18th, 2025. It'll be at 7 p.m. at the county field. Rain date is June 19th. Lindbergh Elementary School graduation will be at 5 p.m. 2 hours prior. Same thing at the county field. And for the ECC, it'll be on June 17th, 9 a.m., 10:30 a.m., 12 p.m., and 1:30 p.m., all at the ECC. Fortunately, I don't believe we're doing Teacher of the Year or chronic absenteeism at this point.
What was the 3 hours, 3 times in ECC?
Yep, 9 a.m., 10:30 a.m., 12 p.m., and 1:30 p.m. That is directly from the boss himself.
Okay.
That concludes my report.
Thank you. Mr. Adam Gander, do you have any attorney reports today?
Nothing to report.
Thank you. We are about approve the board meeting minutes for March 18th, but I'd like to suggest that we bring it to the closed session first, and then we can vote all together with all the agenda in closed session at the end of the meeting, if that's okay. Any objection here? So building and grounds, we have a 7 consent agenda. But as previously we discussed in the work session, we are approving the 7 agenda based upon pending upon the submitting requested document from all the requesters of rent of our school facilities. May I have a motion? To approve, what, yeah. Are you raising a question? Oh, you did motion, okay.
It'll be pending upon submitting the rental fee, you said?
The requested documents.
Thank you.
Who did anyone did second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
I,
Any objection? Abstention? 7 items are approved. Next, educations. We have 2 consent agenda. One is first trip, second one is calendar for school year 2025-2026. We have a motion to approve 2 agendas, resolutions.
I have a motion.
I second.
I'm sorry, who was first?
You take it.
Second part?
Yes.
And second. Thank you.
All in favor?
I,
No objection, abstention? Alright. So finance. So Mr. Kondowski, if I like to table number 5 bill list, it might affect some of your work.
Greatly affects my work, yes.
Okay, then maybe it's a contingency with, based upon our you make, and then if things are all clear, then
Yeah.
or just approve all together here. So there
Are
are,
there-
yeah,
Are there specific ones that you wanna?
just a few things that, just
Because some of them
right.
probably would impact his work a lot more than others, so if there's like a particular one.
Okay, some large beers that, cause I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 questions, but just a big 2. So this consolidated environmental company, 17,000, and the waterproofing technology, 17,600. Those are for the roof things,
So the environmental was for the roof.
right,
It was remediation at the board office.
right, and then,
And weatherproofing technology was roof repairs in various schools.
so for the same venue, like, it's for the Board of
No.
Board of Education.
Weatherproofing technologies was not.
What is for them? It's
That's
for
for
rentable?
other repairs at the high school
High
and I
school,
believe
okay.
Allenberg School. That we had leaks.
But then consolidated environmental, Inc. bill will be sent to the borough for reimbursement?
Correct. Everything, all the bills that we receive for the board office will be sent to the
Okay,
municipality.
okay, thank you. Just one more question. Do you know what is, I think I've raised one question in the other months, but I'm sorry, I don't recall what it was. What was the Renaissance for the 43,108?
Sorry, which one?
Renaissance?
Renaissance?
Yeah.
Renaissance, I believe that's one of our programs. I'm sure someone uses Renaissance here. Okay.
Okay, so it's an all-year program, so we are paying for $43,000 for using the program whole year. Thank
Do
you.
you know what account that's out of? If it
What?
says it, the account line?
I just have the page number,
Oh.
page 15.
Oh. I don't know if I have it. Is it from this bills list?
Yeah,
Let me see if I have it.
Mr. Kondok.
No, I don't. But I'm pretty sure that comes out of a title account, honestly, Title I, so that
so
does
it's
not come out of our
funded
general
by
budget.
the state
That comes out of federal funds.
federal fund.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are we going to roll call on this, or is it going to be a consent agenda? So I have a question on number 12, I want to abstain on that one.
Number 12, which one? That was a redacted, right, that was actually opt out. So today, the agendas were updated. So are you talking about the lack of grade thing, right?
No,
No?
The budget, is that what you're talking about?
it's 12, it's the rivalry
Oh,
sports
sorry,
match.
script.
It's replacing,
Oh, okay.
I forgot the name of the athletic trainer.
Wait.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna abstain on that, so we are gonna do a roll call?
Yeah, we are going to do roll call.
And I have a question on one of the items on the bill. It's Englewood on the Palisades. It's charter tuition, April transportation, $5,964. That's on the bill.
That's transportation to our charter school students.
Okay, for the high school level or the,
I'm not sure which.
cause I thought
grade
for high
they're-
school, there was no transportation.
But isn't
It's
the
for Englewood.
transportation fee that you reimburse to the parents because we no
No.
longer provide the service for child.
That's different, that's Englewood, that's,
It's different school, it's
yeah.
just.
Englewood School of Choice is the aid in lieu that we send to the parents.
Mhm.
This is a charter school.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you have more questions in finance? If not, Mr. Kondowski, please roll call.
I don't know if anyone did a motion.
Oh. We have 14 finance agenda for approval. May I have a motion?
A motion.
I second. Please roll call.
Sue Chung,
Yes, upon our email transaction with some of the questions regarding the bill.
Sergio Kaye,
Yes.
Rebecca Lee,
I would like more information on number 12, as Bo mentioned, the library sports medicine. Is there a need for a replacement?
you're abstaining for number 12?
Yes.
Jun Yim,
Yes.
Bo Young Yu,
I'm abstaining from number 12.
Sip Young Park,
Yes.
William Kim,
Yes.
Aaron Pack.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll just jump into the committee that has agendas and resolutions to approve. So we're skipping negotiation and New Jersey School Board. So personnel, we have 7 items for approval. May I have a motion?
A motion.
Any second?
That was Sergio. Roll call.
Please roll call.
Sue Chung,
Yes?
Sergio Kaye,
Yes.
Rebecca Lee,
Yeah.
Jun Yim,
Yes.
Bo Young Yu,
Yes.
Suk Young Park,
Yes.
William Kim,
Yes.
Aaron Pack.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Next, the policy, we have 1 agenda for approval. All in favor, or do you want a roll call?
Roll call, please.
Roll call, please.
I need a motion.
Did I ask? I didn't?
Need a second then? You did a motion?
May I have a motion to approve number 1
Sure.
in policy?
Okay. June, you ready?
Sue Chung,
Yes?
Sergio Kaye,
Yes.
Rebecca Lee,
No.
Jun Yim,
Yes.
Bo Young Yu,
No, not as written.
Suk Young Park,
Yes.
William Kim,
Yes.
Aaron Pack.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. There's next, okay. Before we move on to closed session. Now, may I have a motion to open our meeting to audience? May I have a motion?
I make a motion to open to the audience.
Second.
All in favor?
And,
everyone, because we anticipate that there's quite a few of you who'd like to be heard tonight, and we want to make sure everyone has a chance to be heard and say what they want to say, we're going to ask everyone to please keep the comments to 3 minutes each per person. And the board members are going to reserve their responses, if any, until after the public comment session is concluded. Thank you.
Thank you. Gentleman in the back first? Yes.
My name is Paul Albanese. I've been a resident of this town all my life, 76 years. I was not at the last meeting, but I saw a video of it. And I am not here to discuss what was said. I am here to discuss what wasn't said. I worked in a private school in New York for 24 years. I was an administrator. My daughter-in-law is a teacher in another district. And I did not hear one person say what the teacher does after they leave here at 3 o'clock. Not one person. If a teacher teaches 5 classes and has 15 kids in each class, that's 75 kids a day and 75 parents they have to deal with. So if you give a test that day, that's 75 papers you're taking home, not to count the day before when you wrote the 75 tests. I didn't hear that from anybody. I got the impression that people were saying they come in at 7, 8, 9, whatever, and they leave at 3. When my kids went through this school district, there was a teacher I had to meet with for my son at one time. We couldn't come up with a schedule because of my work schedule. That teacher met with me at 7 o'clock in the morning. That's all part of a teacher's job. Their job does not end when they leave here at 3 o'clock. And their job does not start when they come in here at 8 o'clock. And I think that should be taken into consideration. And one other thing, when I was growing up, one of the safest jobs you could have was working in a school. A teacher, a janitor, pick one. That isn't the life anymore. Schools are locked, police are in there to protect the students and the teachers. Whoever thought in 2025 that's what we would see this job need to be? They just don't go to work every day like certain people do and come home. They have the responsibility of everybody's kid that they're teaching. If my kid gets hurt in school playing gym, I might blame the gym teacher. And they have to put up with people like me. I told you, 76 years old, I'm bottling everything up for 76 years and you're gonna hear it. When I was here, my son was very active in sports. And we had, he played football, he wrestled, and we had parents do a snack bar to raise money. Do you know how many times when a parent couldn't show up, a teacher got behind that snack bar and helped us? When the games were played, there were more teachers there sometimes than parents supporting these kids that they taught to show them how to live. Win or lose, they supported those kids. That's a very important part of all this. You just can't look at, Leonia pays this, Richfield pays that. What does a teacher do? Their job is much longer than 8 hours a day. And when you're considering all this stuff, you should consider all that. Because as board members, you should know what a teacher's job is. And it does not end with educating the kids. I'm done.
I work at the high school as a science teacher. Palisades Park, Board of Education, community members, and fellow stakeholders. I'm not only a proud member of the Palisades Park Education Association, but also a dedicated educator, 17 years, who has committed years to nurturing the minds and hearts of our students. I'd like to take a moment to respond to the Board of Education's statement from their Friday night meeting on April 11th on allegations of misconduct. The claim that PPEA leadership has engaged in bullying tactics and bad faith negotiations is a serious accusation. Throughout the negotiation process, our leadership has maintained professionalism and a focus on constructive dialogue. It's important to note that disagreements in negotiations are not uncommon, but they should be addressed through continued discussion and mutual respect. On student performance, the board references state testing scores and suggests a disconnect between teacher compensation and student outcomes. However, student performance is influenced by a multitude of factors, including class sizes. I have almost 30 students per class, 5 classes. Resources and support services. For example, concerns have been raised about swelling class sizes due to increased housing developments in the area, which can impact teaching effectiveness and student learning. Investing in our educators is an investment in our students' success. On financial priorities, the board mentions financial constraints and the need to balance the budget. While we understand the importance of a fiscal responsibility, it's critical to prioritize spending that directly impacts student learning. For instance, the board's expenditure on legal fees during negotiations has been a point of contention with some community members, suggesting that the funds could be better allocated to educational resources. Moving forward, our shared goal is to provide the best possible education for our students. Achieving this requires collaboration, transparency, and mutual respect. Remain committed to working with the board to reach an agreement that honors the dedication of our educators and meets the needs of our students. Thank you.
So public participation is one speaker is limited to 3 minutes, so I'll start the timer since we are anticipating many public participation here too. Mr. Donayo?
Thank you. Thank you, Sue. Frank Donahue, 44 years in education in Palisades Park, including the last 14 as an administrator. And you spoke before about you want facts. So if we can do this a little bit scientifically, I was in the trenches with these teachers the last 14 years because I was at both Lindbergh for 9 and then at the high school for 5, and also substituted some days here at ECC. I can tell you these teachers and secretaries are outstanding. They are phenomenal. Now, am I just saying that because that's my opinion? No, I would go into the classrooms with formal evaluations, informal evaluations. They didn't know I was coming. I would just come in spur of the moment, and I would see them on display. And they were interesting teachers, great lessons. They had to meet the needs of various levels of learning, and it was very difficult, but they were able to do it. The classes were fantastic. They were stimulating. I learned a lot from going into all of their classes. And then, okay, even a cafeteria, you know, they were down in the cafeteria supervising, and in those infrequent days when we had something go wrong, if a student had a meltdown, those teachers were right by my side to help me through some difficult moments. And I really, really appreciate it. Their basic attitude towards the students was concern. They were deeply concerned about them, that the students got a good education and that they were content and that they were safe. And this every day they brought this to the school. And I want to just say too that you know, since I retired, of course I keep in touch, my wife and I, with many of the alumni, and all they ever do is talk about the schools and the coaches and the teachers, and it's all positive. It's the greatest memories of their lives. And when I was up at the high school, I used to say to the teachers, just remember, even if you're having a bad day, you had a fight with your spouse at home, don't bring it into the classroom, because you have to remember that this is going to reflect on the students every day. And so I really believe, look, I was a chief negotiator many years ago. I was involved in like 5 negotiation sessions. And I remember the first time I went in, Vince Giordano from NJEA said, Frank, just go in and present the statistics. And that's what I did. The teachers have always been underpaid. And I'm not blaming anyone here, but we always found a way through negotiations, back and forth, quid pro quo. We found a way to come up with a good contract for the teachers, the secretaries, and then all of the other groups that you'll be negotiating with in the future. So I really hope you can reach a fair settlement with the teachers and secretaries. because they deeply, deeply deserve it. Thank you for listening.
I see some students here, so I'll just give more preference for students to speak first. Just the young gentleman back.
I'd like to raise a point of contention for the hiring of 3 new substitute athletic, like physical trainers.
Sorry, what's your name?
Young Choi, I'm a senior at the Palisades Park Junior Senior High School.
Thank you.
So I don't see why we really should hire these 3 new people, because Cody has been with us for quite a while now. He's been excellent at his job. I'm an athlete. I've seen him work. He's done, every time my coach or some other coach calls him, he's usually on there like 2 to 3 minutes. He's very responsive. And furthermore, with coaches being able to perform relief on injured athletes on the scene before any physical trainer arrives, I don't see really the need for why we should hire these substitute trainers. It just seems like that you're trying to outsource his job.
Students, the lady in the back, what church?
My name is Clara Dio. I'm a member and the captain of the dance team at Palisades High School. We all came here today to represent the athletes of our school and stress the importance of having a full-time trainer during games and practices. All of us showed up today on our own volition because we feel really strongly about this topic of conversation. The wording in today's agenda to hire a trainer as needed particularly stuck out to me as something that could cause problems in the future because it's impossible to predict when an injury will occur. And waiting for some sort of catastrophic event where an ambulance could be required, which possibly wouldn't even arrive in a timely manner to take action, puts the health and safety of our students at extreme risk. We are able to perform to the best of our ability because of the feeling of security that having a consistent trainer at all times provides. Having the same trainer and somebody with knowledge on our past injuries means we're able to get routine follow-up checkups and has allowed us to build a close and trusting relationship with Cody, which is crucial when you're being medically cared for. While the focus of our piece remains the need for a personal trainer in general, we want to acknowledge the dedication and passion Cody has shown to his student athletes and to his job by showing up consistently, not only physically but also mentally, almost every day for the past 8 years. In my last 5 years participating in a sport at this school, I've come to realize the importance of having a full-time trainer, and I've personally had an injury while practicing a trick. I remember the amount of pain I was in made me extremely scared that I wouldn't be able to participate for the rest of the season, which, as the captain, made me so scared that I wouldn't be able to be there for my teammates. Without Cody's comfort and guidance, there's a very high chance my condition would have gotten worse. This risk after injury goes for any member of any team at the school without a full-time trainer, and frightens me for the future of our team and all the other teams at Palisades.
Lady in the black shirt.
My name is Isabella So, and I'm a senior at Palisades Park Senior High School. As a dedicated athlete at PPHS, I just wanted to speak upon a few things dealing with the recent termination of our athletic trainer. This decision directly endangers not only the physical, but also the mental health of all our student athletes here at PPHS. As a member of the dance team, I serve as the base for every stunt and trick in our dance routine. This includes throwing flips, having people stand on my back, and even catching a member free falling through the air. Watching us perform a dance routine may be entertaining and seem very lively with our great stage presence and big facial expressions, but in truth we are all that we would not be able to push through without the support and guidance of our athletic trainer. Without the presence of an athletic trainer and not being able to have the comfort knowing someone is there for us at all times, it makes the routine and stunts much more frightening to do. With the absence of our athletic trainer, every sports team is left without proper guidance or emergency care, which can increase the risk of greater injury. Half of the performances and competitions we have participated in and won would not have been able to be accomplished without our athletic trainer. He has personally helped me with a countless amount of injuries I suffered throughout my 2 years on this team. Even beyond the physical aspect of this situation, our athletic trainer has been there to encourage us and make us believe that we are able to perform safely, which greatly affects the team morale. I really hope you are able to take into consideration the message we are trying to send of the importance of having an athletic trainer be there for us and guide us through these sports seasons that are filled with blood, sweat, and many tears.
You will be the last students because there is the
You can't
the
do that.
lady there.
It's an open public meeting.
My name is Aralis Diaz. I'm also a senior at Palisades Park High School. And I wanted to start off by saying how important every single one of our teachers and staff are. They work just as hard with or without a contract. We wouldn't be anywhere from Ms. Conoscenti teaching me something that I would need in Mr. Aguecho's class from 7th to 11th grade. All of these things are so important. And like the gentleman earlier said, we live in a world where going to school isn't safe anymore. We have to be careful. There's cops in our school in case, God forbid, something were to happen. And they do all of this work 7 to 3 or 8 to 4, and then they go home, continue to do it, all to do it for what, 5 days a week? Continuously? And that's not counting their own personal lives that they have to take home with them in and out of the classroom. And they choose to do all of these things because they love us. They love us students. They've literally seen us since, I'm seeing my kindergarten teachers here. They've seen us grow. So, and I like, too, for our high school, we don't even have a full-time nurse. So we're relying on, God forbid, nothing were to happen. And even if you do call 911, the ambulance, mostly Englewood, won't come in time. And I say this as an EMT, that unless we're in the area, we won't make it in time. And we can only do so much with so little time. So it's not fair to us students, and moving on to us student athletes. Cody has been there with my numerous head injuries. Cody has been there for all of my ankle and my groin bones because I do not stretch properly. He has been my rock. He helped me pitch, taught me how to pitch, and why am I crying? I wouldn't be here without him. I wouldn't be here without any of you. A lot of the students who come here come from other countries, evacuated, and they don't have the education that we're able to grow up with. So because our test scores are not perfect, and we had to go through a worldwide pandemic, it is not fair that everyone else has to suffer because of us. It is not fair, and we work twice as hard, and the teachers work even more harder than all of us. So please, take it into consideration.
Christina Gendrelli, I'm speaking on behalf of Amy Pedro, who is the ECC Teacher of the Year for this year. She wrote, educators are indispensable to the strength and success of any community. Their commitment to excellence shapes the lives of our students and secures the future we all share. It is time to honor that service with the respect and recognition we have earned, and to demonstrate through action that our community stands firmly behind those who invest daily in our children's future. She wrote, we work tirelessly to educate, inspire, and support our students every day. Settling our contract fairly is not just the right thing to do, it is a recognition of our dedication, professionalism, and the essential role we play in shaping students' futures. We deserve a contract that honors that commitment and respects our invaluable contributions to our community. We are the foundation of our students' academic attainment, dedicating time, energy, and expertise to the success of every single one. Reaching a fair and timely contract settlement is a reflection of our community's respect and gratitude for our invaluable service. It is both a moral obligation and necessary investment in the strength and well-being of our schools and the generations we serve. Thank you.